First of all, let's just jump in. Sure. Projections for next year they look like the revenue is just tanking. Yes. What's the explanation?
Well, this is by strategy. We're very proud of it.
Iftikhar Ahmad is the CEO of the Rhode Island Airport Corporation. He says part of his strategy is to reduce per passenger costs to airlines. Last year it was $9.63 per person. This year it's $6.50.
Cost of doing business in Rhode Island, we're trying to decrease that.
How does $6.50 compare to other airports?
Logan is at about $20.
If Logan can charge $20, why can't TF Green?
Well, because it is not good because look, we are a public entity, right? Our prime goal is not shareholders. We're not trying to make a profit here. Our mission is to protect Rhode Island, its economy, and it is for whatever is in the best interest of our public. We would like to attract these low-cost carriers here so they can provide these lower fares. And when they provide lower fares, the legacy carrier, which is American, Delta, Southwest, and United, they then compete with the low-cost carriers. And so all the fares come down. And that is good for the economy, is good for businesses. Their budgets go down. More people come in and out of TF Green. That means the hotels are full, the restaurants are full, all the other services with the dry cleaners and the rental cars and McDonald's, everybody benefits.
While you've lowered these costs, the number of passengers getting off planes and getting on planes here has also declined. Does it concern you that the number of passengers is going down?
We're looking at where the softening is. Lowering the cost of doing business for the airlines doesn't guarantee that people would buy the tickets. And so that's a separate issue. And I think that we need to focus on demand. So RIAC has increased its marketing funds by 300% by putting more money with our TV channels and with our other media, with billboards and such, to attract people.
Why is there a demand problem?
Well, see, there are really good reasons for it. It's a very good question. We got Pan-Atlantic Research to come in. It's a very reputable consulting firm to do a study of, do people know where we're at? And we found out they didn't. And so based on the airline input and on that study of Pan-Atlantic Research, we introduced a bill to change the name of the airport to Rhode Island International Airport. It didn't go through the first year, so we tried to do it again. It didn't go to the second year. So that is, when you don't know of about something, you can't buy it. And so you have to know where it is. And the other thing is the confusion of Rhode Island with Long Island. I don't have anything against Long Island. I'm just saying that I think people should know where we're at and what we have to offer.
Do you think a name change would increase demand immediately?
It would be one of the many things that we have to do to increase demand.
You've brought in some airlines that haven't been successful, pulled the routes almost immediately. Do you think they're going to be scared off from trying Providence again?
I think that a sustained growth in load factors, which is the onboard percent of people, right? If we keep hitting 90% load factors, I think that would build confidence out there about Rhode Island, about TF Green. If they think that they can make money here, they will absolutely do it. The best thing and the worst thing about their business is that their equipment has wings. So they can change their plans overnight.
Are you expecting any more cuts in the near future?
I don't expect any, next I'm looking at schedule for next 6 months is pretty much flat. If there is any expectation of any cuts, I think that would be on the Southwest side. And we keep talking to them, they're a good partner, but they have been cutting since 2005. We continue to meet with them and hopefully at some point they will reverse the trend. But to answer your question, that's where I see the cuts coming.
Despite airline revenue tumbling by about 36%, overall, the total operating revenue for the airport for fiscal year 2020 is down about 15.5%. That means the airport is making up some revenue in things like rental cars, food and beverage, and rideshare fees.
In this business, we compare with Boston. Our fees and things are much, much lower than Boston. We're very, very competitive.
Give me a 5-year projection. Where do you see this airport?
If we could do certain things in a certain manner, and there is no recession and the fuel stays where it's at or lower, because if fuel prices go up, then things get really sketchy. I think that we could be. I would love to get to a 5 to 6 million passengers target, with about 35 or so nonstops, with about 10, 12 airlines.
Is that realistic?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't answer that question if it is realistic. Is it our goal, and do we believe that it can happen? Yes, we do. I gotta tell you, I'm not happy with our market share with Logan, and it is bothersome. I understand why they pick up 40 million passengers and we get 4 million. It's just not acceptable here. Our team doesn't accept it, and we're trying different strategies, and we saw really good growth, but that 14% market share, we're looking for 14% market share. That is our goal.
Any new flights that we can expect announcements on?
So, well, I'm not going to answer that question that way, okay. But what we are doing, do we meet with airlines to talk about it? Recently, Forbes magazine called me and they wanted to discuss TAP Portugal, because their CEO said that he would like to do, we will consider Providence for a Portugal flight, Lisbon flight. And so we continue to talk about two other airlines. But again, I'm going to say, I think that I think we need to take a pause, right? And instead of focusing so much on new flights, let's focus on, on marketing, and let's get that right. And my mother used to say that as long as you have your head, you can always find a cap. I think that we're trying to figure that one out. We need to create the demand so we can bring the supply and marry it, and so we can have a sustainable business.
That's good. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And look,